We've heard is that, oh my God, CPS is coming in, they're going to take my child, and I don't know where my child is going to go. But what we're looking at is CPS working with trying to keep the family together. Oh. And that's really what we're concerned about is are you going to take a child from a home, or are you going to try to keep him within a family setting, and possibly one of his own family members, if there's a family member that will take that child in.
Definitely, because CPS, we have changed the way that we do business, and that is to include, to make sure that we keep children and families together. Mm-hmm. And mm-hmm. with that, part of that, if a child has to be removed from their family, from their parent, we mm-hmm. always ask for relatives to step, to see if they are capable and able to care for the children, because mm-hmm. children thrive better in their with their family members. Exactly. We know that, and mm-hmm. so that's one of the new initiatives that's one of our initiatives, mm-hmm. and that's just the way that we're doing business now, mm-hmm. is to make sure that we can keep children with their family members, because we know that they will thrive better in those mm-hmm. in the family setting. They're familiar with their own family members, and so that helps them to make a better, transition, because mm-hmm. it's already a loss that they're removed from their parents. Exactly. So with a relative, that would make them feel a lot better. Exactly. And so that's what we're doing.
My pastor went to Austin here just last week and also this week, and they're trying to get some House bills passed, and I don't know whether you are aware of those House bills. It's about, and it's addressing the exact same thing that we're talking about. I think it's House Bill 792 and 793, 794, and those bills we're talking about, keeping the family. So there's some legislature out there that's trying to set up that they want to keep these kids with their families because it's going to be better. It's going to be better for them. It's got to be traumatic for a child to be yanked out of their home that they've known all their life and put into a stranger's home, and then when we get back to that large amount of our kids that are sitting out there waiting for someone to take them in, that is so heart-wrenching that these kids are sitting there. And is there anything? I mean, like you said, the adoptive process. If we would. You're looking for parents that will, families that will adopt these kids. I just got to believe you've got so many kids sitting out there and no place to go, and this can't be good. Can we get that number lowered? Is there a way of getting that number lowered?
Well, there's a resurgence of a program, One Church, One Child, that was started by Father Clemens back in the 70s. He was a Catholic priest. And, his saying was that if every church on every street corner would just adopt one child, you know how many churches we have just in the black community alone.
And SunnySide,
if just one church would adopt one family, we could just eliminate all of that. So the One Church, One Child group is about to start back up. In fact, that's who I went through. And they were very, very helpful. You were asking before about the success. I think one of the successes is I'm here because I was a very CPS and I were total adversaries, because I saw what they were doing in our community, and it was not good. So I've started to work to see, you got to work from the inside out. And I think One Church, One Child was very instrumental in going in because they saw what was going on in the, in the different, with CPS. The CPS and its affiliates all across the country. And I think that's one way to get involved with groups like that, just getting involved with the community groups. When we talk about disproportionality, we have more of our kids in the educational system who are referred to the suspensions, more of us. We look at, of course, in the criminal justice system, more of us. So disproportionality affects everybody. Yes. So when you see it happening in your respective community or any groups, you have to start addressing it. And I think just be a committee of one. You don't always have to wait on a big committee. Exactly. If you see something going on at your child's school, if you see that more kids are getting, putting in the in-house suspension, then you need to speak up and say something.
Yeah.
She hit the nail right on the head. There are so many opportunities for communities to become involved. And again, you don't have to wait for a large group. If you have some hair accessories that you have just sitting around, or you go to the local Walmart and want to pick up a brush, some hair grease, because believe it or not, in our system, those are things that are definitely needed, and you would be impacting disproportionality on a small scale, just little small things that you want to donate. Chandra and I are available if you want to. Anybody that wants to do anything, if there are hairstylists out there that want to sponsor a hair event for 5 girls, we have the children. We will bring them to you. Whatever resources or whatever talents that God has given you, and you want to exercise those talents with these children that are waiting for adoption, we are here and we're able to help. One other note, when we were talking about the legislative mandates, Texas is proud because of the fact that before, when families were taking children in, there was no financial benefit for those families. Well, now we have what we call fostering connections, which is a monthly payment that relatives will be able to qualify for to help take care of those children and to sustain that placement, because for far too long, our agency has been providing foster home payments to foster parents. Why not give that same benefit to these relatives? And so Texas is very proud to say that we are now offering that benefit to families, and which is also going to help keep families together while the parents are in transition of trying to reunify their family.
Good. Good, good. Now, before we go today, of course, I want you all to speak out to our audience and let them know who they can call if they have, if they want to get more information. Let them know that they can call you if there's someone that needs to come out and talk. And with you, we want to get as much information out as we can to the community, to let them know that something can be done. We just have to do it. We just have to, like you said, we have to step forward and we have to do it. So we're going to start with you, Chandra. Who do they call if they just wanted to talk to someone in CPS? Who would you give them your name and number that they can get in touch with you? Tell our listening audience how they can get in touch with you.
Okay. Well, for me, my name is Chandra Rogers McGarry, and you can give me a call at 713-696-5153, and Mia Williams as well. We're available to answer any questions that they may have in reference to wanting to help and get involved in addressing this issue.
Good.
We're more than welcome.
Good.
And Mia can, share her contact information.
Okay, your contact information.
And my name is Mia, M-I-A Williams, and my number is 713-696-5155. And if we have any computer savvy individuals out there, I can be reached by email. It's mia.williams@dfps.state.tx.us.
Okay.
And Sister Mama Sonia, you mentioned we have a theater ministry, and we'd like to address a lot of these issues through the theater. And you can contact me at 832-277-1584, and my email is 3sispirit@gmail.com. We also have a website, www.threesistersinthespirit.com. And what we do, we'd like to get our children involved in the arts. That's a dying breed. So we can get our kids in the arts, so it just helps them to bring out stuff that's just deep in them, and they can just still have fun.
Okay. Also, on this, as you know, could not be just one show. There's a lot of information that we want to get out, and this is something that's dear to us. When I hear the alarming numbers, it's very dear to us, and we want to have you all back where we're going to share with the community, really get into what the community can actually do to get involved in this, and give them information that's going to really help them to really get on board with you all, because it looks like you all are really trying to fix this problem, and the only way we can do it, this is our way of giving back to the community. We want to bring as much information as we can, because that 50%, that's just alarming. It really is for our people. This particular show was started to give information back to the community, and I want to thank you all, ladies. You ladies came out today. You gave us a lot of information, and I am so sure it's going to help a lot of people out there. A word that's not common, disproportionality. I'm sitting here thinking, have I heard that word before? may have, but didn't put it with any. But I see now how it affects. It's a trickle down system. It not only CPS, it affects everything. So we've had a good information today. And before we close, does anybody have any other information that they would like to give out before we go?
I do, because
Okay.
a lot of times when we talk about disproportionality, people say, well, why are you only focusing on black kids? Because there are tons of children in the child welfare system. And when people say that, I tell them, you are absolutely right. However, African American children have had the worst outcomes. And so once you fix the area where the worst outcomes are, it impacts the whole system.
There you go. There you go. If you fix us,
Yes.
then it trickles down and the rest of us. Because we don't want it to be. We don't want to say that it's only us that it affects. It affects everybody. But right today we are addressing the larger number.
Yes.
The larger number today to see about fixing them. You have something, Joe?
I just want to thank you all, because you all have taken a step to address disproportionality. One of our goals is really to educate the community, and allowing us on the show today has done that. It's done that.
Well, we are glad to have you. Anytime that there is information that can help our community, that will help enhance and educate, because lack of knowledge, you know what happens.
Yes.
But when you have knowledge and you know what to do, then you can work on the problem and you can fix the problem. Mama?
Well, like the African proverb says, when the heart overflows, it comes through the mouth. Yes. And this is our passion, and we're real passionate about this. And as we tell it, we're just hoping that it will affect, someone will hear it. And we just want to thank you for giving us a chance to just display our passion.
I am so sure that people that are out there will be listening at this and wonder, 50 some odd %. Wow, what can I do to help? And that's the result that we would like to get. That we would like to get. What I want you all to know is that if you want to, this show airs 10:30 on Thursday nights on Comcast 326, on the converter box 38.1. You can also see it. You will also be able to see it on YouTube. Just pull up the Community Voice with Versi. And you can go online at www.visioncelestial.com and pull it up also. So we're asking everybody to please just look at, to look at the show and see if there's anything that you can do to help with disproportionality. We spend a lot of time on things that are insignificant. Yes. That are insignificant. This is a significant problem. This is one that we need to get fixed, and this is our way of putting a positive spin on CPS to remove some of the negative stuff that's out there. Any closing remarks?
We would just like to thank you for having us, because, like you indicated before, our people perish because of a lack of knowledge. And this is a step in the right direction. This is 2011, and we're happy that we were able to come here so that we feel that 2011 is going to be a phenomenal year for Children Protective Services and our way of addressing this crucial phenomenon that's not only impacting our system but others. And again, we would like to thank you for having us here.
You're so welcome.
And we're available. Mia and I, we do presentations within the community, at schools. We are more than willing to come and speak to churches, the congregations, anytime. We have information to share with them, to leave with them.
Good.
And we look forward to further coalitions, with the church and with the community, because this has really been something wonderful.
Yeah, this is a passion of my pastor, Pastor James Nash, who is the pastor of St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church in SunnySide, and he's our president of our SunnySide Place CDC. This is one of his passions. Children are his passion, and anything that we can do to help our children. He is a front runner on helping our children, and we thank him for giving us the opportunity to do this. And just before we close, if you all are looking for a place to have a venue, like a meeting place.